friends, MD Vegan. Today I make one of my classical dishes. It's called a Reesy Peasy. That means easy peasy. At the same time we eat rice and peas. It's a joke. They made it in Italy and called it rice and peas, Reesy Peasy, because it's usually, you won't put peas into rice. And then the cook made that and everyone loved it, and so I had a new dish. I do it with raw cauliflower and young peas. It's so easy. You just process a little bit of raw cauliflower and have your rice. It takes a second or maybe 10. And a handful of, or half a cup or so, young peas. And that would be a small dish, but I add some broccoli today. That's my variation. I add broccoli to the Reesy Peasy. Let's see. Here, a small amount of broccoli, and what I would say is, don't do more than this from the stems. Yeah. These are florets, and stems are too hard. And the broccoli especially is very firm, a little bit more fibrous than the cauliflower. Both come from the so-called cruciferous vegetables, a family of vegetables, of plants that grow, they sprout crosswise. The leaves, the tiny leaves are grow in cross shape. Cruciferous, that's the word for it. They call the family according to the shape of their little leaves. And all this family has in common that the plants produce sulforaphane. That is a super healthy compound that also at the same time tastes a little bit sharp and bitter in the aftertaste. Cauliflower, when you cook it, smells a little bit like sulforaphane, that's in the name. But it is super healthy. It can fight cancer. It has super qualities for benefits for the body, for our body. So, and that is very good. So I put it into the blender, the food processor with the S blade. That is the cool tool to make it. Take me a second or 10 to process the cauliflower, and I will process at different times. I will first do the cauliflower and then the broccoli, because it could require a little bit of different tempo, but that is very, very short. I'll show you. It's very fast and you won't even notice. Let me see. I have to be very quick with cauliflower rice. You see, when I do longer here, there's no more rice. So it takes only 10 seconds, so one turnaround of the dance. And then it goes into my bowl, and that's my rice. You could eat this rice with a droplet of olive oil and a pinch of salt, and you're happy. I would be happy because I like the simple food, and it would be a very nice dish. Very simple, very frugal, but nice. And cauliflower rice has this special flavor from the sulfur, this sharp, bitter aftertone, slightly. And that's why I need it with a little bit of salt and olive oil to make it nice. But today I of course have my dressing. It's a more luxurious dressing, and the peas and the cauliflower and the broccoli, and so and some other ingredients I tried today. So that was the rice of the cauliflower. And the problem with the broccoli is, you see these florets here, they have a very different texture from the cauliflower. Here it is similar, only firmer, harder, more fibrous. It can be unpleasant if it's too hard. It is nice on the tongue. But here these are different. These are little, tiny little florets. And if you process together with the cauliflower, I don't know, it's like you have a little dust in the mouth with the little florets. So I do that alone, just by itself. It's no problem. It takes a second more. You put it together, it takes a little bit faster, but this is not just almost no difference. I like it in a different way now. So, yeah, that looks good. You see, it's not much, but you don't need much. That is the second good story from this broccoli and the cauliflower. If I use it raw, a tiny amount, almost a little amount, small amount is enough to make it full. to really have a full meal. That's wonderful with raw cauliflower and raw broccoli. You can even eat, I can eat a little bit of raw broccoli or raw cauliflower. I can snack on it, just a tiny little bit. When I cook and prepare it, I eat a little bit of the stem. It's nice, but you can't do that for a whole dish. Yeah, it's too much. It gets unpleasant. But a small amount you can. And interesting enough, why that is, I guess, when you cook it, just as is, there's no more sulforaphane. Even when you blanch it, no more sulforaphane. The sulforaphane only builds when the air comes to the fresh cauliflower or broccoli. Now it would take 40 minutes before the sulforaphane is built, and then you could cook it if you want. If you want. I make it raw, it's very easy. But when I eat it like this raw, the sulforaphane builds anyway, no problem. But when I would cook it, no more. But there are other tricks to do it when cooking. When you want to cook it, you wait for 40 minutes, for example, and then you do some mustard seeds on top or so. Then you have also the sulforaphane, yeah. But this is very filling, as I said, together with the peas here, a small amount, just for one portion for me, on top. Yeah. So I have my Risi Peasy dish, the fun, classical Italian dish from the 50s, I guess it was, last century, together with a little bit of broccoli. That's the difference. And now I try something new for myself. I add a little bit of red onion and dried tomato. I have a delicious dried tomato. I just want to try it. Let's see. These are soft dried tomatoes. I cut them into small pieces, just chop it up. And you have dried one, and too hard, you might soak a little bit. These have a nice flavor, really wonderful tomato flavor. I love them. They're also raw. I was so lucky to find this brand. It's made in southern Germany or northern Austria. But that's a nice company. You have to find your own. I don't know where you are. And this is half a red onion, also chopped up. I just want to try a little bit of red onion and tomato, red dried tomato on this rice. Don't know if it works. I will tell you in a moment. And chili pepper too. I have red chili pepper here, as you see, with the seeds. I can show you here. These are the seeds inside. And if you have a very, very hot chili pepper, you want to cut it lengthwise and scratch out the seeds, because they are the hottest part of the chili pepper. But these are not so hot. I know them. I always take the same one. It's the only one they have, mostly. And I know what they taste like, so I can say it's okay to me with the seeds. So, but there you have to decide. And now look at the colors. This is, I think it's a nice color, right? The red, different tones, dark and light. Even the third one with the red onions, 3 different red ones. The green from the peas and the broccoli, and the white from the cauliflower. Let's see. And this is my dressing. This is a Chili Cashew Dressing. It's made with 5 ingredients. Cashew nuts, and a little bit of lemon and dates, just a little bit. Salt and red chili powder. And then water, you blend it. I show you in a video how to make it. The link is under this video. But it is very simple and a very nice dressing. It fits so many purposes. Now I try it for this one, with the broccoli. Let's see. Give it a nice amount. Not too much, not too little. The rest goes in the fridge, and I can make another salad tomorrow with no time. Ready-made dressings are super. Can quickly make a new salad and happy. I need a green dish every day. There is no doubt. I tried it, so many different things. When I have my green dish a day, it's all easier. The easiest thing for me to notice is when you work out a little bit. I do yoga, tree yoga, and I do a little bit more workout, and I haven't had my salad the day before. Gets cramps a little bit. With enough greens, no cramps. The magnesium in the green, in the center of the green molecule, the chlorophyll, is magnesium, and that relaxes the muscles. And when you work out, that is what happens. You need the magnesium, and without it, cramps. And there are other things. The greens are our main food. And long story for that, but not now. I don't know what it tastes now. That's the one here. Let's see if it really works. A little bit of everything, and yummy, yummy, yummy. I have a little bit more dressing. So nice here. Covers everything. But one thing is important I would remind you, the broccoli florets, cut them short. Don't take the stems, because I tried that. And really, it's a little bit unpleasant, because the cauliflower rice dishes, they have a secret. The raw cauliflower rice dishes. Now, when you cook it, it's soft, no problem. But when you have it raw, you need to create an illusion for the tongue. Illusion that the rice, the cauliflower rice is crunchy and hard. You need to create the illusion of rice. And how do we do that? The other ingredients have a similar texture, size, like the broccoli, the peas, the onions, the tomatoes. Cut them in similar shapes. Then you forget about the cauliflower rice. You think, oh, that's rice. Nice. And when you have a firm ingredient like a stem of a broccoli that is too long, ooh, everything collapses. Really, it's a small thing, but you won't believe what the difference makes. You make a wonderful cauliflower rice dish. It's so easy, but you have to look at every detail to make the illusion perfect. One part too firm, the whole thing doesn't work. Just a little hint. That's why I tried to cut more of the broccoli. And here it is. It's really nice with a little bit more dressing. Nice and creamy. Also adds to the feeling of the rice. Rice likes to swim. It grows on the fields with a lot of water. The rice farmers, they may know that. I don't know. There are also dry rices, but many rice farms have these water. The rice grows underwater. Although there's a lot of water. And yeah, that is also what the rice likes. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. If you like my videos, subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. Let's explore the endless vegan variety. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.